What's going on? Today we are going to do a review of Shang Chi, coming up next. Hey you guys, I don't know if you've had the time yet, but if you haven't, I'm going to spoil everything right now. Get to Shang-Chi, get to the movie theater, go see, support this movie. Not only will this help revitalize the movie industry, so more and more of the releases we're waiting for won't be delayed, but you are gonna have the time of your life. It is one of the best Marvel movies that's come out. Definitely the best one I've seen so far this year. I give it 5 out of 5 reels, and I'm gonna tell you why coming up next. So coming up first is the fact that it was so action-packed. I mean, you get through maybe the first 10 minutes of the movie and then you're already into some significant action sequences. I don't think I was as impressed with action so early in a movie other than Captain America Winter Soldier. When they were on that fight scene in the ship, that was like one of those things that hit me immediately. The bus scene here in Shang-Chi was probably my favorite fight scene of the entire film. One of my favorite fight scenes in Marvel movie history. I think you're going to absolutely love this film. So the action is going to be one of those things that keeps going on and on throughout the film. They did not disappoint at all. When you're dealing with kung fu movies in that subgenre, the fight sequences, the choreography of it all, it has to be on point, and I think they raised the bar on what people will be expecting when it comes to movies in the kung fu genre. They were able to take the fight and the actions and then even blend them with some great special effects, which is the second thing that I really loved about this movie. They had some amazing special effects when the rings were in use and you see the glowing of everything and the way things are moving in the air, and you know the ability for the different creatures to come to life, and I mean all the things that we expect in Marvel. But I felt like they took it to another notch there, especially in the final battle there. There were so many things that the effects I thought were just like next level, and I really loved that. So I was super impressed by that as well. The third thing that I'll mention here is the humor. I know for a lot of people this might be a problem, is because they don't like Awkwafina. She's one of those polarizing characters. Some might consider her like a Jar Jar Binks type. I couldn't stand Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars, but I loved Awkwafina here in Shang-Chi, and she is one of those that was just like actually expressing a little bit more range than I knew that she had, because she wasn't just a wild, ridiculous, humorous character here, but she actually had some depth to her, and we saw her try to do a little bit of straight acting as well. So I was impressed by Awkwafina and the humor that she was able to bring to the story, and I thought in general the writing, outside of even Awkwafina's character, there was great writing as far as the storyline. So I would say a storyline is another thing that I think you really enjoy here. They do a good job of walking you through the backstory of this Shang-Chi character and their family drama. And that's the last thing that I thought was like super interesting, was the family dynamics of the story here. Like you have this brother and sister angst thing. You've got a father-son kind of angsty thing, and a guilt that's driving him for a lot of it, and dealing with the insecurities and the struggle with identity and not knowing who they are and what they're called to do, and kind of running from their place and their purpose. And there's so many deep things that may not really be recognized on the surface, but like as you really sit with the thought of this film, like it really is a touching film that deals with a lot of deep, serious things. But I know Marvel recently has really done a really good job of tapping into, I think, the emotional side of things. So they're demonstrating a whole lot of EQ here with this film. One area that I would say I was a little like, is it got a little bit too never-ending story for me there towards the end, where I won't say too much for those that haven't seen it yet, but a lot of the creatures that were there, I shouldn't say a lot of, one or two of the creatures that were there at the end felt a little on the cheesy side, but like I can look past that for all the other reasons that I mentioned, because I really love this movie. And I would say one thing that I wish had been true about things leading up to this. I wish that Marvel and Disney had done a better job of really preparing us for his story. I think the reason why it's smashing at the box office right now is not because of their promotion, not because they had done a good job of bringing people along, but because the movie's so amazing, the word of mouth is carrying it through and people are going and checking it out, and I would recommend you do that. But I think had they taken a more Black Panther approach with dropping, you know, either him or some of the other characters in some of the other films with a way that you're clearly leading up to this, I think it would have really done really well. Now, they did that a little bit in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin's fake Mandarin character, you know, and then they dropped a little short. Most people missed it. I'll put a link to that on Disney Plus. You can check it out. I think it's called All Hail the King. It's a great little short that'll get you ready for the movie that you're gonna want to make sure you watch, because it goes into Ben Kingsley's character, that fake Mandarin. I can't even remember his name in the film, but that has a role in this, and you're gonna see him show up in the movie. So I think that would have been great had they done a little bit more preparation, giving us a little appetizers of the character, so it's not just like out of nowhere. But I think similar to Black Panther, one model that they followed, which I was so glad that they did successfully, was taking us into a whole other world. This was like the Wakanda of Asia here. You just like in Wakanda, where it was like a whole nother world in Africa, almost predominantly Black cast, right? And it was an amazing action, amazing story, and people just fell in love with it. I feel like the same is true for Shang Chi here, where you've got now an entire world here in Asia, predominantly Asian cast, Asian director, and they're introducing you to this whole other world that also has a secret entryway. So I think it's gonna be another one of those that definitely I believe will be a favorite for people outside of the Asian community, just like it's true for Black Panther. So I want to encourage you, get to the movie theater if you haven't already. Check out All Hail the King, link in the description before you go, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this video so you don't miss any more like this, and I'll see you next time here on Freedom Story Entertainment. Peace.